I think one of the last questions I want to ask you is this topic can be deeply depressing. People like JJ himself lost 23 years of his life, almost 24 years. I think the last question I want to ask you is on this subject, what are you optimistic about for the future? What progress is being made, and what optimism do you see for the future?
I'm optimistic that I'm talking to you. I'm optimistic that you care. I'm optimistic that you're listening. I'm optimistic that I wrote a book, that I was allowed to write a book about this. Finally, after more than 20 years, people seem to care a little bit more. I'm optimistic that with more pushing, with more education, we can make change. It's funny. I spoke yesterday I'm speaking to 3 high schools this week. I love speaking to students. I'm of a certain age. I think you know what that means now. My daughter is graduating college, and it's not about me. It's about what I've now learned and how that's going to help my kids and grandkids and great great the future when I'm long gone. And so the way that I start, and this has just started the past couple of weeks, and I like it, so I'm going to keep doing it, which is with the students. I get up there, and the first thing I say, they just watched the show. First thing I say to them is pause, look around, and I say, put your phones down right now. Turn them over, look up, pay attention. We have a crisis on our hands, and there's only one way to fix it. And you know what that is? You. You are the answer. You are going to need to fix this. You and everybody your age. So, if anything that we're saying today may surprise you, and if it clicks and you're interested, don't stop. If you're going to cure cancer, do it with all your heart. If you're going to be a ditch digger, dig the best ditches you can. Because we are at a time right now in America, we're in crisis. Doesn't matter what political affiliation you have, everyone will universally agree that personal responsibility is more important than ever. And looking out for each other as humans is really the only reason we're here on earth, to serve each other. This is my form of serving. How are you going to serve? What are you going to do? If you're interested in this, you're going to become a lawyer. If you're kind of interested in it, just be a better juror, right? So I'm optimistic that the same way slavery ended, we can make changes to mass incarceration over time. I'm optimistic that justice, as Martin Luther King said, the arc of justice bends, right? Um, I'm concerned about the pendulum swinging backwards now, which makes this work more important than ever. I'm optimistic that I think that some people seem to care. And I think that, by the way, that's like really kind of a low bar to be optimistic about, but it's something because we need drastic, drastic change.